Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum. Last time, we made preparations for the gym battle here in town in the form of not only catching a new Pokemon, Cleffa, but also Acrobat evolved into Golbat. I can't wait to use it. We haven't used it in battle yet, and he's so good, I bet. Anyway, this time, we are going to be getting into the gym, challenging it at long last. But before we do, I want to head down to the gate out of town. If you try to leave, they will just merely stop you. Cycling road is only for bicycles. Please get on your bicycle. So they're just like, the residents of Hard Home City are rich snobs that don't want to deal with vagabonds, so no poor people who can't afford a bicycle are allowed in. Okay, well, the more important thing I want to talk to is Professor Rowan's aide right here. I was not at all puzzled about who you were, so you're Dawn's father. Come a long way to help you on your adventure at the professor's behest. Let me ask you, how many Pokemon have you met? Oh my, you've met 43 Pokemon. Wonderful. Yes, bravo. Professor Rowan should be delighted. Here is something for you. Here you can get the experience share. Not as broken as it'll become in later games, but that is very useful, as I can equip that to Cleffa and not have to do any switch training. I wanted to do some switch training last time just so we could get a taste for how it is in battle, but I wanted to get this before the gym, just because Cleffa's probably not going to get a chance to shine in the gym. Acrobat, on the other hand, definitely will. Oh boy, I can't wait. Now with that done, hi, I'm Gardenia. I'm this town's gym leader. Oh, does this mean I don't have to go through a puzzle to fight you? My last challenger was this awfully speedy young guy. Sounds like the typical story. Actually, his name was Barry. He told me about you. He said another challenger's on the way, so that made me antsy. At my gym, no one gets battled with the gym leader, me, until the end. Challenger has to beat all the other gym trainers first. I'll be waiting for you in the back, trainer. Don't disappoint me. Okay. During that whole conversation, if you have eyes like mine, you could not take your eyes off of this item ball that has a super potion on it. Just a nice little extra boost before you go into the gym. Let's talk to you. Hey there, how's it going, champ-to-be? Actually, it's what I said to some boy who zipped in here earlier, too. Gym leader Gardenia is a user of grass-type Pokemon. It should be obvious, but grass-type Pokemon really hate fire. But they're also at a huge disadvantage against the flying type, too. Don't forget poison, good buddy. Don't forget one of my favorite types. So like Gardenia was saying outside, we can't challenge her unless we've beaten all the other trainers first, so all of these are going to be required battles. As per usual, Barry has beaten the gym before us. Let's get things started. Welcome, without further ado, let's go. I don't want to cut these out simply because, like I've said before, this is a required battle, so I might as well show it. I'm going to start off with Cherubi right here. Just a friendly little reminder to those of us who read Pokedex entries. That smiling, adorable little face on that cherry there, it's a cannibal to its own Siamese twin. It's implied that it eats that other cherry, that little one, to get nutrients necessary for evolution. And there is no second cherry after it evolves. It's, like, I hope the writer of the Pokedex entries is proud of themselves, because I bet they have caused children more nightmares than any horror movie or game. It's such a sweet, innocent game, and yet you'll, like, see, like, some cute, butterfly Pokemon, and it'll be like, oh, this Pokemon, like, drinks the fluids of its enemies by stabbing it with that swirly thing on its mouth, and also, it's a necromancer by night. You're just hearing the kid-friendly version of what it does. It's so bad. Anyway, I haven't even given acknowledgement to the gym puzzle, so we have a floral clock right here. It'll move, allowing you to walk on its hands every time that you beat a trainer, allowing you to access the next one. The gym puzzles after Rourke all got a facelift in Platinum. This place, I think, was just a normal hedge maze in Diamond and Pearl. So I think this gym puzzle got a change for the better. I will be going over these differences as we go to the different gyms, but like I said, Rourke's gym was really not changed up. Got a Budew right here, and you're kind of seeing that, well, with its 69 HP, Acrobat is making very quick work of this gym. There is virtually nothing these Pokemon can do. It quad resists grass, it quad resists bug, I guess. I think there might be a few bug type moves that we'll see here. And it is normally resistant to poison. In addition to that, it's immune to the poison status itself from being a poison type, so I don't have to worry about Poison Point, don't have to worry about Poison Sting, don't have to worry about any of that. And the fact that it's an evolved Pokemon means that it has ridiculously high stats. And as if all that wasn't enough, grass Pokemon are typically categorized by having low speed Magical Leaf. Okay. This is part of what I was saying about Cleffa only needing a few levels before it would stop being baggage. Magical Leaf is a 60 power grass type move. It never misses, so it's a variation of Swift. No matter how much your opponent has raised their evasion, or what items they have, or whatever, you don't have to worry about this attack ever missing. It's very reliable. I'm gonna get rid of Sweet Kiss. As lucky as I was with a 55% accurate confusion move, I don't think I need it. After all, Acrobats got confused right. But as I was saying, the fact that Golbat is known for its high speed and Grass-type Pokemon are known for being on the slow side in most cases, that's just kind of another way that it's helpful. I would dare say that this is the single best Pokemon for taking on this gym with, so all of my patience with that Zubat all this time has really finally paid off. I don't think anybody will ever call this Pokemon useless ever again, at least not on my team. So, you can go to the Pokemon Center during your challenge, because after you've beaten the trainer, not only does the clock change, but if it'll happen, that was a lot quicker than it was before. That fountain will turn off, allowing you to walk through there, allowing you to return easily. So if you ever need to heal, no big deal. You can just come right back to the gym. I did not mean for that to rhyme. You can just come back to the gym anytime as though nothing happened. More gym puzzles need that. It's so annoying that you'll like spend 20 minutes on a gym puzzle, get all the way to the end, and then need to go back to the center to heal because you don't want to use items. Ugh, I don't like that at all. My least favorite thing about gyms. Well, Roselia, are you going to be the first Pokemon to actually damage my Golbat? Doesn't seem like it, and that was her only Pokemon. So yeah, I don't even think I need to heal. I have a few less PP of Wing Attack, but that's honestly it. Flora Clock moves and time flows. There's only our gym leader left. Go on, don't be afraid. Why would I be afraid? I do kind of like this, though, the fact that the gym puzzle's a clock and they have a statue of a Pokemon that created time in the square of town and it was used in festivals long ago, so it's kind of more than just a simple facelift to a gym puzzle. It gives it a lot more purpose to the lore of this town. I like going over the lore of the towns by talking to the NPCs. That's kind of why I do it. Here we are. I think I am going to switch around the team a little bit. I think I do want to give Bodhi at least a little bit of time in the sun here. You'll see why in just a moment. Here we go, and also I'd like how she just has a mural of clouds behind her. I would have gone for Greenhouse personally if I was a Grass-type gym leader. Missed opportunity. You kept me waiting! Does that mean I disappointed you like you told me not to? I'm Eterna's gym leader, Gardenia, the Grass-type master. When I first saw you, I was convinced you'd find your way to me. My hunch was right on the money. You have a winning aura about you. So anyway, this will be fun. Let's have our battle. Gardenia, the Eterna City gym leader. As we heard, specializes in grass type. She opens up with Turtwig, level 20, grass type, overgrow for its ability, Grass Knot, Razor Leaf, Sunny Day, and Reflect. This is more or less a support Pokemon. She's gonna be setting up with it a lot, so I thought it would be nice if I had my Grotle fight against her Turtwig. I thought that'd be a cool battle to see. Since she's gonna be setting up, I'm gonna be doing the same by laying down a curse or two. Of course, she goes for the Reflect. That is gonna make it so that her entire team has a defense buff for, I believe it's 5 turns. Thanks, Bodhi, for using a Quick Claw when you didn't even need it. At least I don't think you do. Go on, munch on that Quick Claw. I'm sure it's very tasty. Just gonna buff myself up a little bit more before going on the offensive. Really want to power through that Reflect. It's going for Sunny Day. Only one member of her entire team is helped by that effect at all. Other than that, it raises the power of Fire-type moves, so if you have any kind of Fire-type move, you are in the clear if you let it do that before you attack, especially if it's a special move, so you don't get hurt by the Reflect. It does also weaken the power of Water-type moves. Maybe it's just really crapping on those people that chose Piplup, even though they have Peck and would probably be using that in this situation. Honestly, I don't think this Turtwig is really all that hard. I just wanted to set up against it because it's setting up against me. I think now I can go for the Razor Leaf pretty safely. It's going for Grass Knot right there. All of her Pokemon have this move. It does more damage depending on how heavy the opponent is. I honestly thought it would do more damage to Grotle even with all those curses in effect, but sure, I'll definitely take less damage than what I thought I was gonna get. If that Reflect could fade right about now, that'd be really nice just so I can take out this Turtwig. Critical hit. Sure. Hit you again with that Razor Leaf. Once again, does more damage than it resisted, or just being resisted one time, it does more damage. There's that Reflect wearing off. If I could knock this thing out before it gets off another Reflect! This could be bad! This is very bad. She switched to Roserade, level 22, Grass Poison type, natural cure for its abilities, so if she switches off, it gets healed of status conditions. Has a Citrus Berry for its hold item. If it gets down below 1/3 of its health, it'll restore 30 HP automatically. Has the moves Grass Knot, Magical Leaf, Poison Sting, and Stun Spore. This thing is a beast. Roserade is one of the best special attackers, period. And the fact that the second gym leader has this, it's really rough. if you don't have a way of dealing with grass poison types, you're probably going to struggle right here. Or Bodhi can Quick Claw too. If you could crit right now, that would be very welcome. Yeah, I don't know what it is though, but I've always felt like the second gym leaders in Pokemon games have just that one really jerkish Pokemon that's just evolved and really powerful. I mean, Misty had Starmie, Bugsy had Scyther, which I guess isn't evolved, but it's still tough. You have Brawly and that big bad Makuhita with Bulk Up and Reversal and all that stuff, which I guess also isn't evolved. But Gardenia here, just Roserade, just, it's so annoying. Well, Bodhi put a really big dent in the team. Having a grass type fight a grass type was kind of interesting, I have to say. Also, Cleffa is going to be raking in the experience from getting half of beating a level 22 Roserade. Let's just go for the wing attack, finish it off. I know I probably could have swept through her team. Maybe that Turtwig could have put up a little fight against it with all its support moves, but largely I know I could have done that. I just wanted Bodhi to have a little bit of a chance to shine in this fight, so it wasn't just entirely Golbat doing this. Sending back out your Turtwig. We've already gone over this, so no problem there. It's got, like, no health left. There is no question at all that this wing attack is just going to finish it off. A little bit surprised Roserade didn't end up being her last Pokemon. I guess it made sense to switch into a Razor Leaf with it because of Quad Resist Grass, but still. Her last Pokemon, for me at least, is Chireem. This is the evolved form of Cherubi. Level 20. Grass type. Flower gift for its ability. So in Sunshine, this would form change into a more powerful Pokemon. Unfortunately, though, the sunlight faded a long time ago, so we're not going to get to see it. Grass Knot, Magical Leaf, Leech Life, Safeguard. Also a bit of a support Pokemon. We haven't seen Leech Seed yet, so if we get to see that, it'll sap a little bit of HP every turn and recover it to itself. A bit like using a weaker Absorb each turn. Thanks for that, buddy. I like how I did 5 damage. Are you saying something? You think you have me cornered? Yeah, I'm kind of saying exactly that. You have done, what, 5 damage to my strongest Pokemon? I think that is the very definition of cornered. I love Golbat. I'm so happy I finally got to use it and show how helpful it is. That's game. Amazing. You're very good, aren't you? Well, yeah. Okay, no, Golbat really deserves all the credit here. I might have said it before, but you're really tough. Wasn't it hard for you to raise your Pokemon to be so good? Finally, I get the respect I deserve for struggling with that Zoom at all those levels. Guess it's a measure of how much you love your Pokemon. Yeah, it was hard getting to this point, but now that we finally have Golbat, I think it's all paid off. For our troubles, we get the Forest Badge. With the Forest Badge, your Pokemon can use the hidden move Cut outside of battle. Now that you have 2 gym badges, all Pokemon you receive in trades will obey you up to level 30. I also got something else. It's a gift from me. We get TM86, which, if you haven't guessed by this point, considering all of our Pokemon knew this, Grass Knot. It's one of my favorite moves. Mine too, actually. I would use the Grass Knot TM on Bodhi, and it might be a good choice to do that, but like I said, I'm kind of being sparing with those finite TMs, and Razor Leaf is doing just fine for me at this point. Besides, we're not really fighting all that many heavy Pokemon right now, so I'm good with that. Let's exit the gym. Victors. Since we have HM01 Cut able to be used outside of battle, I think this would be a good time to use it on my Bidoof. And since we have access to this now, there are quite a few areas that we can explore with Cut. We can further the story now that we have it, but I think it would be for the best if we just kind of went around the world and showed all the places that we can use Cut. Also, I probably better heal first. First off, right outside Eterna City, there was an area that I had shown off right around the time that we took on Eterna Forest. If you're to walk over here, it loops around to the other area of Route 205, going to the southern region of it. Let's cut this down. I guess Bidoof maybe eats it with its huge buck teeth. And in this place, there's some helpful stuff for you. First off, we got a lot of berry trees. Not that I need more berries than I already have, but I will gladly take 2 orange berries. I'll gladly take 2 cherry. Gotta be classy about that. Heck if I know what the other 2 are. I'm gonna guess Chesto for this 3rd one. Oh, Bluck! First time seeing that one, so we got some new berries we haven't even seen before, so it was really worth our time to come out here. 2 raspberries, so also another new one. I love that item name, just raspberries. Let's check those out in our inventory and also flaunt my berry inventory at the same time as doing it. Raspberry doesn't do anything for us yet. It says that it's a Poffin ingredient, same thing with Bluck. We aren't at a point where we can do anything with berries that are merely Poffin ingredients and nothing else. So that'll have to wait a little bit. This lady right here, she will give us an accessory for dressing up our Pokemon. We get a big tree. This is the only place you can get this as far as I remember, so that can be helpful. That is where the loop around point is to take us to southern Route 205. If we go up here, get a silver powder. If you have a Bug-type Pokemon, that's very helpful, ups the power of Bug-type moves. And over here, TM82 Sleep Talk. If you are inflicted with sleep and use this, you will randomly use one of your other 3 moves while you are sleeping. It can definitely be helpful if you have a Pokemon that has a move like Rest or something where you inflict yourself with sleep to recover HP. It's really nice. It's all we have right there, though, so I think I'm gonna cut around to some other parts of the world that we can now explore. Oh, and if you're wondering about the multiplayer, because I went for the multiplayer immediately after Rourke and said we'd be doing it after every gym leader, in this case, the next function of multiplayer that I want to talk about is huge. It's easily going to be its own episode. So for that reason, I think I want to save it for next time and not have like a 45, 50 minute long video and have like a crazy time editing it together in one day. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it this way. Just be patient. We'll have a fun multiplayer battle next time and some other multiplayer stuff going on then. But for now, let's just see what we can cut down. Oh, Floroma Town! Even though I don't think I can cut anything down there. South of Floroma Town, just outside of, well, town, there is this tree that you can cut down. No hidden item, I keep saying down in town. Hi, are you the flirty type? I'm asking you this to make a point. Oh, well, if you know, there's nobody watching, nothing but trees at least, and maybe the Pokemon that live in them. I teach at trainer school, and I'd like to give you a lesson. She's gonna give us TM78 for our troubles of coming out here and making out with her. You know, Pokemon have genders, like there are males and females. Well, the move Captivate only works against the opposite gender. For instance, it only works used on a male Pokemon, but on a female. It sharply lowers the target's special attack, or sput attack, it took for short. Spatuk? I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, make that pronunciation. That's a helpful enough TM. On the note of that, I've had some people asking about the hidden power TM at the Pokemon Trainer School. That's only in Diamond and Pearl, so that's why I hadn't acknowledged it. I thought that was clear because I talked to all the NPCs in there, but that's why I didn't get it. Cleffa grew to level 18 off of a level 4 Starly. To be young and low-leveled again. In addition to everything we can get from using Cut, over on Northern Route 205 is this item ball with a guard spec in it. Guard spec is basically an item version of Safeguard, making it so that the enemy can't inflict any sort of status conditions on you. It's helpful, I guess, but probably not anything I'll be using. Those are all the little things, but how about the good stuff? There were some trees in Eterna Forest that we couldn't cut down. And Gardenia's here now. Hiya, were you intrigued by the rumors going around too? You know, people have been talking about the ghost Pokemon of the old chateau. I've been hearing rumors about sinister shadows too. I should go check it out myself, but going in there is, well, you know, being that I'm a gym leader, I'm always busy. So, since I'm busy, I can't go in. It's not because I'm scared or anything. So, good luck with your investigation. Gardenia, the illusion of you running away scared is kind of ruined when the walking speed is so slow. Actually, that's something I've been wanting to talk about. Some people have been complaining that things feel a little bit slow-paced, and I do want to say that for one, I am trying to show everything and do all the side modes, but in addition to that, I can't really help it that Sinnoh has the slowest movement speed and the slowest battle system of any Pokemon game. It just kind of comes with the territory, so I just wanted to say that. Here we are at the old chateau, though. Just in time for my repel to run out. Very eerie atmosphere. We got some fog going on in here. You definitely want to come here, as eerie as it may be and as creepy as it might sound like someplace you don't want to go. You can get a rare candy here in the kitchen. It's so good. That item will instantly level up one of your Pokemon. It's excellent when you're close to an evolution. There is also a box of honey right here. Kind of a nice touch. I like them hiding an item in a box in a kitchen like that and just having it make sense. Can't check these paintings. I'm being so upbeat for this area. Big Pearl. Oh wow, Big Pearl. I should mention that this area is the easiest place that you can encounter Ghastly. I don't believe we've seen a trainer that has him yet, and I'm not sure if any trainers do. So if you want an easy place to encounter Ghastly just to find it for your Pokedex, you might want to come here just for that purpose, even if you don't really care about the items. But why would you not care about the items? Just the rare candy alone is reason enough to come in here. Seriously, come on. What, you just disliking things for the sake of disliking them if you don't want a rare candy of all things? Something peculiar. Show. Make off if the muff. The rest of the pages are blank. Ugh. Every Pokemon game's got to have a creepy area like this. It's just kind of the law of the land. I mean, can't have the Pokedex to be the only creepy thing in the game. Got to have one of these as well. One more item. Get an old gateau in the old chateau. I love that video. I hope you know what I'm talking about. The old gateau is basically just an item that it'll restore status conditions, but it's one of a kind. It's basically just a reskinned full heal. I'm not really sure why they opted to do that, but I guess it's something else, all right. If I want to look at it, it does have a unique spread. I do kind of like how it looks. Where is... Oh, medicine, right, duh. It's kind of purple in a way. It's also very exactly cut. I hope it's not a fruitcake. I certainly do, even though gateau I don't think is the same as a fruitcake. I'm just going off on a tangent here. Well, we have this long hall that has 5 rooms, so I guess we could say we're in for the long haul. I'm so dumb. Get a dread plate. Text engraved on the back of the attained plate. When the universe was created, its shards became this plate. Something we'll want to remember for later, that's for sure. Really hope my repels can last me. I thought I would have enough going in here, but I guess I don't. Right here! You want to save your game. Only if you come here at night. Inside the TV, there appears to be a Pokémon. Pokémon appears as if it will come out. We to thump the TV. We thump the TV set, and... we have a boss fight! This is Rotom, the only one of its kind. If you want to see this for your Pokedex, you have to come to the old chateau at night. No two ways about it. Rotom was level 15 in Diamond and Pearl, been up to 20 here in Platinum, so it's gotten a bit of a buff, can be immediately usable. If you want to catch it, it is one of the harder Pokemon to catch that we've seen so far, so come prepared. It's a decent enough attacking Pokemon, has some pretty good special attack and some speed. Its type together with its ability is really nice. It's the only electric ghost type in the entire game. And the fact that it has Levitate, getting rid of Electric's only weakness, means that it's only a benefit to it to have that Electric subtype. Really nice. In terms of stats, it's definitely not the finest Pokemon out there. There's faster Electric types, there's faster Ghost types, sure. But the type combination, together with its ability, and just the type coverage that you get from Electric and Ghost type moves, if there's one word that I can use to describe Rotom, it's fun. As a bit of a fun fact, Rotom is based on Pulseman, one of Game Freak's other creations. It was a game released for the Sega Genesis before they had really started working with Nintendo on a regular basis. So that's kind of cool. In addition to that, Team Galactic is also a reference to this game. Their Japanese name is Galaxydon, or Galaxy Gang, which is the name of the bad guys also in Pulseman, so kind of cool. If you've never played Pulseman, it is on the Virtual Console, and it's a damn good game. It was only released in Japan, but you don't really need to understand Japanese in order to play it. It's definitely enjoyable in its own right. It's a platformer. I think I'm gonna go for one more Absorb here, and then I will start trying to catch it. For those that are uninitiated into the Pokemon series, anytime you have any sort of field encounter like this, I always recommend saving. So that way, if you knock it out, you don't have to worry about not ever being able to catch it. You can just go straight for it. Absorb a little bit more of your health. I don't even care that I'm paralyzed because I'm just gonna start chucking balls at you. I'm not gonna use this on my team. I actually did consider doing so for a while, but there is an additional gimmick to Rotom that we haven't seen yet that I kind of was thinking that without being able to use that gimmick, it just wouldn't be as fun as if I could. So those that know the series know what I'm talking about, but just know that there is more to Rotom than what we've seen so far, but I won't be able to show it off in this playthrough. So let's try another Pokeball. 1, 2, nope. It's got a really low catch rate. This is definitely a boss fight in every sense of the word. Hit me with your Thunder Shock. Well, one thing that's kind of nice about Rotom is that if you do want to use this on your team, which it definitely is worthwhile, only 2 levels after it is caught, it'll learn Shockwave, which can immediately replace that weak Thunder Shock that it's got. Speaking of weak, yeah, caught it on the 3rd ball. Its electric-like body can enter some kinds of machines and take control in order to make mischief. It's a plasma Pokemon. Perhaps foreshadowing? No, it really isn't. It's just plasma. There's nothing special about that. Let's keep going around here. I think there are a few more items we can grab in the old chateau, but for the most part, that is the big thing that I came in here to do. Can I rest in these beds? As much as people would not want to rest in these beds. It's such a creepy thought. I think this next room. This place is rather creepy. Why? When you are looking right at this picture, there's some Balls that disappear. I thought that was like text popping up right there to like say that something was happening. That would have been bad. I suppose with getting to that room, I could talk about another mechanic of the old chateau that's kind of interesting. But first I want to grab this. TM90 Substitute. Sacrifice a quarter of your HP to make basically a barrier that can take a hit equal to the amount of HP that it was used to make. It gives you a free hit if you can predict your opponent switching out or buffing or something like that, so it can be really good for walls. But the new mechanic. This is what's known as a dongle encounter. This basically means that if you have a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game inserted into the GBA slot while playing this one, it will affect the encounter rates that you can find things. In the old chateau, in every room, if you have any GBA Pokemon game inserted, you're able to find Haunter, the evolved form of Ghastly. But in that room with the glowing red eyes, you have a 4% chance of finding Gengar, which is a huge deal. I'm not going to be giving these Pokemon bios, as I think this is the only instance of you being able to use this feature during the main story, but I just wanted to make mention that it's there. And thank goodness we're back out into the tranquil music. We are all done there. We never have to go back in there for the rest of our days, but this Pokemon is going to slow my escape. Thanks, Badu. Just for that, I'm gonna use Encore on you to lock you into using Water Sport for the rest of your pitiful, meaningless existence. And I don't even have any Fire-type moves. That is everything, though, unless I'm missing some tree that you can cut down in some very obvious location, which I wouldn't put past me, of course. I am only human. Back in Eterna City, with Rodom in tow, even though I'm not using it on my team and making it sound like I was. We got a new gym badge, we got usage of a new HM, we explored lots of new areas, and we even fought a debatably legendary Pokemon, yeah. Well, with all that done, I think we're at a good stopping point. Next time on Pokemon Platinum, we're gonna be exploring a huge new aspect of multiplayer. See you guys then.